There's an entire world your cat senses that you'll never hear, see, or smell, and it's unfolding all around you every day. While we humans rely on words and eye contact, cats are tuned into the subtle, the silent, and the unseen. They move through the world with an extra layer of perception, one that can detect shifts in sound, scent, energy, and even your emotions before you consciously register them. And when you learn what your cat is really sensing, you start seeing them not just as a pet, but as an emotional barometer, a silent guardian, and a finely tuned creature with instincts worth respecting. Let's explore 9 things cats can detect that humans can't, and why each one matters more than you think. Number 1. High-frequency sounds from silent devices. To human ears, a room may feel completely silent, but for a cat, it can be filled with tiny, constant sounds we'll never notice. Their hearing is finely tuned, extending far beyond our own range, picking up frequencies well above 60 kHz. This means that while a muted phone, a television on standby, or a plugged-in charger seem quiet to us, they may still be producing a faint, high-pitched hum that your cat can hear clearly. Even devices like humidifiers or certain lamps can create an ongoing background noise in their world. When a cat suddenly fixes its gaze on an empty corner, twitches its ears toward a wall, or avoids a certain spot, it may be responding to these invisible sounds. Over time, constant exposure to these high frequencies can make a space less relaxing for them. Creating tech-free areas in your home or simply unplugging unused electronics can give your cat a genuine sense of peace. For a species that relies so heavily on sound to read its environment, removing this kind of hidden noise can make their home feel safer, calmer, and far more comfortable. Which device in your home do you think might be making sounds your cat can hear? Take a guess and share your answer in the comments. Number 2. Subtle vibrations before earthquakes or ground movement. Some cats sense earthquakes before the first tremor hits. While this might sound like a myth, science backs up the theory. Cats have incredibly sensitive paw pads and whiskers, which can pick up tiny ground vibrations and shifts in air pressure. You might notice your cat acting oddly, hiding, pacing, or looking alarmed before a tremor or even a construction-related vibration nearby. It's not superstition, it's raw instinct. These signs are a cat's way of staying safe, and perhaps keeping you safe too. Number 3. Hormonal changes in your body. Cats have a powerful sense of smell, up to 200 million scent receptors compared to our measly 5 million. But it's not just odors from the outside world they pick up on. They can smell changes happening inside you. When you're stressed, your cortisol levels spike. Your cat can smell it in your sweat. When you're sick, hormonal shifts give off subtle changes in body scent. Many cats respond by sticking closer than usual, following you, watching you, even lying on your chest. It's their way of sensing you're not okay and choosing to stay close. Number 4. Weak magnetic fields around moving objects. Cats don't just rely on vision and scent. Researchers believe they may also be sensitive to magnetic fields, a trait seen in migratory animals. Their brains contain special magnetically reactive cells that may help them navigate space and detect subtle shifts in energy around moving things. This could explain how a cat seems to know a bird is hiding in a bush long before it moves, or how they freeze when something approaches from behind, even if it hasn't made a sound. It's not magic, it's the feline equivalent of sixth sense, one that's wired deep into their brain. Number 5. The quiet presence of tiny creatures. When the house feels calm and still to you, your cat may be completely tuned into a world you can't perceive. Their ears are designed to pick up the faintest sounds. A moth's wings brushing against a lampshade, the soft rustle of a tiny mouse behind a wall, or the almost inaudible chirp of an insect outside the window. These sounds might be too high-pitched or too quiet for human ears, but for a cat, they are clear and compelling. This is why you might see them staring intently at what looks like an empty corner or suddenly leaping toward the ceiling in the middle of the night. To them, the stillness of the room is anything but empty. It's alive with movement and noise just beyond your senses. Their sudden bursts of energy, precise pounces, and fixed gazes are not random at all. They are instinct-driven responses to these tiny hidden signals. Even in the safety of your home, their hunting instincts remain sharp, keeping them mentally alert and physically engaged. The next time your cat seems to be fixated on thin air, it's worth remembering that they may be watching a whole scene unfold, one you'll never hear or see, but they detect effortlessly. Number 6. Micro movements in the environment. Cats are hardwired to detect motion, especially in their peripheral vision. While we focus on what's right in front of us, cats are attuned to shifts in light, the rustle of curtains, or the smallest movements across a wide visual field. They might lock onto a moving shadow or quietly study a breeze-rippled curtain like it's a threat. They don't miss what we overlook. This heightened sensitivity is how they stay alert in the wild and how they stay tuned into every inch of their space at home. Number 7. The presence of other cats, even ones you can't see. You may think your cat is just being moody, but when they suddenly act territorial or anxious for no reason, there's often an invisible cause. Another cat has entered their sensory territory. Even without seeing or hearing a visitor, your cat can detect pheromones left behind by neighborhood strays or feral cats in the breeze. These scent signals, carried in the air, are like warning signs to your cat that someone unfamiliar is nearby. You might not notice a thing, but your cat absolutely does. I'm curious, has your cat ever surprised you by detecting a presence you completely missed? Let me know in the comments. Number 8. Subtle changes in your facial expressions. Cats are far more observant than we often give them credit for, and one of the most overlooked skills they have is reading our faces. Even when we try to mask how we feel, tiny involuntary changes in our facial muscles, known as micro-expressions, can reveal our true emotions. A slight tightening around the eyes, the corners of the mouth turning down, or a faint furrow in the brow can all be enough for a cat to notice. Research has shown that cats can distinguish between different human facial expressions and will often adjust their behavior in response. If they sense unease, they may choose to give you space, quietly moving to another spot in the room. On the other hand, some cats will draw closer, sitting near you or lightly touching you as if to offer comfort. Number 9. Sickness or pain in other cats. When one cat in the household becomes sick or injured, the others often know before any human does. Even without visible wounds or symptoms, cats can sense shifts in scent, posture, and vocal tone in their feline companions. Some will avoid the sick cat, instinctively wary of illness. Others will stay close, offering warmth and company. They aren't reacting to behavior, they're responding to what they detect on a sensory level that humans can't access. Your cat is quietly connected to a world beyond your senses. Every twitch of their ear, every lingering stare, every sudden bolt from the room, it all means something. We may never hear the frequencies they hear or smell the invisible signals drifting through the air, but when we start trusting our cats, watching how they react, and listening with more than just our ears, we begin to understand the world through their eyes. If your cat ever seems to act strangely, stop and ask yourself, what are they picking up on that I'm missing? Because chances are, they're sensing something real. Want to learn even more facts about your cats? Check out this next video. It's packed with insights that could change the way you see your feline friend forever.